would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, I know. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Ocean in between us, still I feel your heartbeat. There's something about you, baby, that makes me feel complete. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, I know. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. The world is going wild when they call for you, and the river's running dry when it all falls through. Don't you worry about a thing, baby, I got you. Yeah, baby, I got you.
Hello, my royal diamonds. Thank you so much for tuning into the Duchess of Success podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment on the video to help the algorithm find us. It is my pleasure to bring you all of the royal tea, honey. And if you would like to donate to the channel, please check out the links in the description box. All of your donations help to keep the channel running. Thank you for your support, and remember, you don't need a crown to be royal. We are all queens. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Saturday podcast. Thank you for joining me. Well, there's quite a few things to get through because I didn't do a podcast, I think, for almost 2 days, and Harry and Meghan have been out and about. We outside. And doesn't Meghan look incredible? Doesn't Harry look great? Happy, healthy. Lots and lots of things have been going on over in Vancouver for the 1-year countdown for Invictus. So we're going to get into all of that I have missed, and a couple of other things as well. Just a reminder, I did also do another podcast earlier today, and I read out the article from Byline Investigates. That is an investigation, a 3-part investigation into the death of Carolyn Fleck, the press involvement, the way they bullied her, and also the behavior of the police. So if you go back to the last video, I read out this article, and it is very, very, very interesting. And hopefully this is one step closer to Carolyn's mum and their family getting some answers, because it's been almost 4 years now, and there has definitely been some kind of cover up that has happened. And the way in which the media twisted the narrative around what happened between Carolyn and her boyfriend is quite frankly despicable. And the Sun newspaper in particular, but I think all the tabloids need to be held accountable. And we need to have a serious conversation about how the press handles sensitive incidences like this, especially when you have someone like Carolyn who was in a very mentally vulnerable state anyway. So go and check that out. But over in Vancouver, this has been happening, rocking our best winter gear. You know what? I had it on my wish list that I would go to Vancouver for Invictus, but I'm sorry. If I have to be out in 5 layers, I think I'm gonna just skip Invictus 2025. No, thank you. Mm-mm. I don't think I can do it. Maybe if they hold it in Korea or just somewhere warmer. But I support you all who want to go and be cold. But jokes aside, I think it's going to be amazing, as all the Invictus games have been. And we also get to see some winter sports, of course. And Harry actually tried out a lot of the equipment. Oh, yeah, I've got to say, the British tabloids, of course, they went. Here they are, the absolute clowns that they are, getting on a plane to go and cover the irrelevant Harry and Meghan and the irrelevant Invictus games that isn't going to do well because Harry isn't in the royal family anymore. Is that correct? But here you are, utter clowns at the airport. That's Roy Nika there, sitting at the end, just dyed her hair red. So, yeah, Harry and Meghan were meeting with athletes, organizers, some really, really beautiful pictures. Meghan just looks like she's aging backwards. Go check out the Sussex fashion pages, who do an incredible job getting all of the IDs for the clothes. This is what Meghan wore. There's also Meghan Chronicles on Instagram. She's also really good. I think it's Meghan's Closet Chronicles. So these were from day one, and then we've got some nice fashions from day two. A £3,000 jacket, apparently, according to the Sun newspaper, who are constantly racking up all of the cost of Meghan's clothes that she pays for herself, no longer paid for by the British taxpayer. So let's not worry about how much Meghan is spending on her clothes. Some more day two pictures. Meghan just trying to give someone a hug, and her man just look at Harry. He always does that. He's just like, okay, no, thank you. That's enough. I mean, he's ready to fight with the floor sometimes when Meghan trips over. Hilarious. Meghan and her gorgeous hair and some other outfits as well. Loving this, the beige coat, given rich auntie with the gloves, suede gloves. And then we also have some pictures from an evening event. This looks like it's from like an old time movie or something, with the champagne glasses. Even the graininess, gives it a vintage feel, like a sexy vintage feel. Meghan with a side bun. This was at an event where Michael Bublé also showed up and performed, and Harry gave a speech. There they are, betraying Guy and Pula. He must be absolutely mad at home. They always seem to be really loved by animals. Have you noticed that? Even at the last Invictus games, I guess animals have a really, really good scent, don't they? I believe this was on Valentine's night in red, date night. And they also went to a restaurant in Vancouver called Visuals Restaurant with the chef who there's videos like going around the Sussex side of the internet where he actually speaks, and he was just like very flattered to have them there. So getting some downtime, as well as doing this, which is the most important thing. Just promoting Invictus and what they do for athletes and their families. Servicemen and women who want to take part as athletes, and also for their families, because it's not just the servicemen and women; it's everything that their families go through, and Invictus also helps with that as well, um, recovery and help. So some nice happy pictures, which is good to see. They also um, toured a First Nations museum and art gallery, which was very interesting. And it just shows like you don't have to be, a so called working royal to connect with people and organizations. This isn't costing the British taxpayer anything. And yet, these are the type of impactful ways that you connect with um, communities, especially Indigenous communities, who feel rightly or have been actually wronged by institutions like the British monarchy. So let's have a read of this. This is from People magazine. Meghan and Harry reveal a historic first during their visit to Canada. The couple toured the Squamish Lilwat Cultural Centre, a First Nations museum and art gallery. Duchess Meghan and Prince Harry helped unveil a historic first in debuting the Invictus Games Vancouver Whistler 2025 logo, a collaboration between the Squamish, so sorry if I say this wrong, is it Selile, Wutooth, Musqueam, and Lilwat nations. I'm so sorry if I butchered that name. That marked the first time all 4 First Nations have worked together to create a piece of art. That is fantastic. Very interesting. And amazing for them to get their communities involved in that way. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are in Canada this week for the Invictus Games Vancouver 2025 1 year to go celebrations. On Wednesday, the couple toured the Squamish Cultural Centre, a First Nations museum and art gallery. The First Nations is a term used to identify Indigenous peoples in Canada who are descendants of its original inhabitants and lived there for thousands of years before the arrival of European explorers. And they were also involved in the handover, which was very nice to see. Following the tour, the centre held a reception that marked the official debut of the Invictus 2025 logo. The evening and presentation were extremely meaningful, and the couple could not be more proud to share the artist's piece of work. The couple recognized the significance of the First Nations communities welcoming the Invictus onto their sacred land and are thankful for the warmth and hospitality, the statement added. Master carver and canoe maker Ray Nata Aoro told North Shore News, "We wanted to represent our territory where we came from." Amazing. So getting Indigenous communities involved, because indeed it is their land. And a complete a difference from the last time royals visited there, and this was happening. You had Charles and Camilla who were laughing at the Inuit throat singing. You've probably seen this footage. Laughing like teenagers, but even teenagers would know how to behave. A whole future king at the time, now king, giggling away. They want to rule over you, but they don't want to see you as their equals. Now, because Harry and Meghan are making such amazing impact, beautiful pictures, happy, thriving, of course, the British tabloids have to poop on everyone's parade. So there is now an onslaught of articles trying to overshadow that. They have articles like this. People like Alison Boshoff counting Harry and Meghan's pennies. There's also another video that's been doing the rounds. I posted it on Instagram also, of Katie Nicholl, the alleged phone hacker or user of information hacked from phone, should I say, for the lawyers listening. Counting Harry and Meghan's pennies, as if it's not Harry and Meghan who is paying your bills, so you can just stay out of their pockets. And instead of asking how Harry and Meghan will fund their lifestyle, why aren't we asking why party pieces, the Middleton family, their business, why was it taking COVID loans? How did they get into so much debt? Why haven't they paid their creditors yet? That's what we should be asking. Harry also did a segment with Good Morning America, and the interviewer, I felt, was being a bit of a prick. I think he was trying to get you know one of those uh when they just like take one line and everything gets taken out of context, right? I think that's what he was trying to get, because the conversation somehow veered into, Harry getting is Harry going to get American citizenship? Does Harry feel American? First of all, they're in Canada trying to promote the Invictus Games. Why are you asking about Harry's citizenship? Why are you asking about why, does he feel American? And while all this is going on, by the way, that stupid Heritage Foundation is still at it with Harry's citizenship. And, Harry was, of course, very cordial, very polite also, when he was asked about his father and his family. So there was nothing really that the British tabloids could jump on to try and twist his words, although they have tried. So Harry being cordial and polite and just saying, he cares about his family, he went to see his dad, they have now twisted that into revealed Harry seeks royal return to heal rift with King Charles. Harry said himself, number one, he's never going to go back to being a full-time working royal. Number two, he wants an apology to his wife. And number three, he wants his family to stop with the briefing and being in bed with the press. I think the reason that the British tabloids carry on with this Harry's royal return narrative is like a carrot that they're dangling on a stick for readers. Because truth be told, the other royals, people just aren't interested in them like that. Thank you so much to Michelle Watson for joining memberships. Much appreciated. By the way, if you do want to join memberships via Buy Me a Coffee, pinned to the top of the comments section, and yeah, there's different tiers. So go check out the tiers, and thank you so much to Michelle Watson. Much appreciated. So there's that narrative that they've been running with. You've got Sarah Vine, Sarah No Neck Niggling Feeling, divorced by Michael Go Vine. I'm calling Harry and Meghan updating their website a dick move. I want you to just look at the engagement on that. Over 100,000 views, over 1.8 thousand likes, over 200 retweets. Although the comments, over 700 comments. So the comments were coming after her. And as Henry VIII said, I don't want to hear Jack Ish about Harry and Meghan disrespecting or breaking promises to the Queen when her direct heirs updated their websites while her body was still warm. Exactly. Moments after it was announced. It wasn't even 24 hours. You had Kensington Palace trying to change the titles. Ridiculous. All Harry and Meghan did was update a website. So there's that, and also this. Now I want you to just consider the picture that they have used here. Now I don't know if this is edited or if it's just the way the lighting is, but it's almost like Meghan is smirking. Her face doesn't just look the way it does in pretty much every other picture we see her in, and I think it's just the way in which they continue to create this narrative of Meghan controlling Harry, the controlling, menacing Jezebel. And there's a reason they use pictures like this, and not pictures, or whenever they get pictures like this, I would rather use pictures like this than pictures like this. And this was an article again talking about Harry and Meghan's titles because they just relaunched their site, and obviously the kids are going to get the Sussex titles as they're owed to because they are born into this family. And as much as I um, really don't care about monarchy in that way, I think it is still important that those kids have those titles because that's their first of all that's their heritage, and secondly, in 200 years, you know what's going to be happening? There'll be arguments about whether or not these kids were literally what if right now the haters and the derangers and the trolls are arguing about whether those kids were real. What's going to happen in 200 years? People still argue about whether or not Princess Charlotte was biracial. So they should not be allowed to erase these kids. And the whole hoo-ha about the titles is just ridiculous because, to be honest, outside the United Kingdom, really nobody cares. Right, we're going to go to your comments before we get on to the next part. Was anyone planning on going to Vancouver, Invictus, by the way? Prudence, that's why they asked him that question about his status, because they're trying to get him deported. It was such a ridiculous question to ask, especially in that moment when we should be focusing on the athletes and their families. Yeah, exactly. Even on Meghan's worst day. I don't think I've ever seen Meghan on her worst day, though. Mr. Tumby said, this picture is edited because she's too nice looking for them. Exactly. The bitterness is so loud. Yeah, Annie, I'm sick of hearing about the titles as well. I mean, really, and like, who cares? On most days, it's Harry and Meghan. They don't actually need the titles. The names Harry and Meghan are more powerful than any royal titles. So it's like, well, you can have your titles. Because anyway, Harry and Meghan offered to give up the titles, and he didn't let them give up their titles. For whatever reason, the palace said no. I don't know. We still don't know exactly why, because it wasn't clarified in the Netflix documentary, but we were told that they offered to give up their titles. Oh, Truth Dilly, you are going to Vancouver, but you're worried about the weather and bears. Well, I don't think you'll have to worry about the bears, but the weather for sure. All right. Camilla was out and about, reveling in her spotlight. She went to what I believe was some kind of factory or where they make the puppies for Remembrance Day. And she said that sometimes veterans don't get as much attention as they need. Do you mean like the veterans of the Invictus Games that nobody in the royal family has supported? Those veterans, I 100% agree. Also, remember when they didn't lay Harry's flowers at the centre path? Do you remember that? So I agree, Camilla. Veterans do not get the attention that they need, especially from the royal family when they're trying to avoid supporting Invictus Games. But they're happy to show up to these events and PR pictures and literally wear army gear as our dear Miss Catherine here was wearing. Our Miss Catherine, who hasn't been seen since Christmas. And no one in the British media seems to be asking questions as to why. Pippa Middleton is holidaying in the Caribbean, having the time of her life. So I'm just going to assume, based on that, she's probably fine. And the tabloids are back to the Harry and Meghan are holding hands nonsense. Again, always deflecting from the other royal couple, who we haven't seen them hold hands for some time. I mean, at least Kate is trying. William hasn't even been trying for some time. It is just mighty odd how we haven't even got, not even like a grainy picture of Kate, taking a walk with the dog or something in the woods. Nothing. Incredibly weird. And I think more and more people are just getting sick of um, the UK tabloid press's behavior. There were two articles. This one in the Intelligencer. Prince Harry infuriates royals by saying nice things about King Charles, and there was also one by the New Yorker as well. They were making fun of the British tabloids, and I said it on this podcast many times. The tabloids and the tabloid writers, the clowns, will become the story. They're starting to see through it now, because how much longer can this go on? How much longer can they go in circles saying the same darn thing? You had Candace Owens and Nigel Farage talking about Harry and Meghan this week. For what? Oh, child. Anyway, here's what you ordered and what you got. Harry trying out some of the equipment for Invictus, and William fishing for clams in New York. And with that, I'm gonna wrap things up. It's been a very, very good week for Harry and Meghan, and amidst the drama, they're gonna pull out everything to throw at the wall, but it just doesn't matter, because Invictus will be successful. It's got so many supporters now. I mean, NATO, the Amazon, the Boeing, and the Land Rover. Failing where? Oh, and by the way, after 100 articles being written about how William was going to stay by his wife's side, he's actually planning on going to BAFTA. Of course he is. Of course he is. Especially after the incredible week that Harry and Meghan have had. Of course he is. So be interesting to see whether or not he gives a speech or he just shows up by himself. All right. With that, I'm going to wrap things up. And I will not be doing a podcast tomorrow. I'm doing a pottery class tomorrow, actually, and I'm going to the one of the holy temples. So I'm just going to have a very, very chill Sunday. So no podcast tomorrow. But I should be back on Monday. Thank you so much to Kat Harlan for the 5 copies. Much appreciated. Thank you all of you who continue to support while I wait for this appeal. Very, very much appreciated. All right. I'll finish with a few of your comments and then we'll wrap things up. Trinette, you said, I hate to say it, but I think there is some legitimacy to Kate's comatose condition. If there is, and William is running around at the BAFTAs, and showing up to work drunk, that's not going to be a good look if it comes out that it was true. I mean, the way that the tabloids were so silent about this, incredible. Yes, Prudence, they will never be able to mess with God's anointed. Divine destiny. 100% I agree. And with that, I will call it a day. Enjoy the rest of your day, wherever in the world you are, or your evening. And I will see you on Monday. Thank you, everyone. Ciao.
If you would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for you time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the moves, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No There's something about you, baby, that makes me feel complete. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. The world is going wild when they call for you, and the river's running dry when it all falls through. Don't you worry about a thing, baby, I got you. Yeah, baby, I got you.
Hello, my royal diamonds. Thank you so much for tuning into the Duchess of Success podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment on the video to help the algorithm find us. It is my pleasure to bring you all of the royal tea, honey. And if you would like to donate to the channel, please check out the links in the description box. All of your donations help to keep the channel running. Thank you for your support, and remember, you don't need a crown to be royal. We are all queens.